can fight against the dark and the demons inside.
Hagit's first talk is to Christian Aid in London. Israel's peace camp believes in a two-state solution, and so do most Israelis. If two states means an Israeli and a Palestinian state, why is the occupation still allowed to deny this solution? In this film, Hagit details the issues the occupation continues to create.
Thank you all for coming. It's a real privilege to have Hagit come, from the Director of Settlement Watch. Many of you who are familiar with the work that Christian Aid has been doing will be aware of the profile that we place on the issue of settlements and their role in continuing to make a possible future Palestinian state unviable. If you want to know the authority on what's happening on settlements, where they are, how they are, the planning, etc., then Settlement Watch are the organisation that you need to speak to, and Hagit is here to tell us all about it. So a big warm welcome for Hagit.
Hello. All those dots on the map is Israeli settlements set up by Israel since 67 until today, and if you this is the route of the fence in near a settlement called Givat Ze'ev. And if you take the next picture, look what we did. It's only an example, but this enterprise is huge. And even if, and as people know, in the future, this route of the fence will not stay. It will have to be changed. I don't believe that we can refill those hills again. Okay. As for what is going on today, there's a lot of talks about freezing the settlements. What I see when I go out is that construction is going on, especially in those settlements which are inside the fence, inside those, or on the western side of it.
Israel is a tiny country, not quite the size of Wales, and half of it is desert. Its occupation of the West Bank is the source of intractable problems. We'll travel along a network of roads specifically built for the exclusive use of Israeli settlers. Settlers use these costly roads to get to work in Israel easily. Palestinians don't enjoy the same freedom in their own country. All the blue marks on the map represent settlements for some 280,000 settlers. This map reflects the pervasive scale of the occupation. As we see the reality on the ground, we have to ask just what it will take to end it. She travels throughout the West Bank. Her excellent Arabic gives her an intimate understanding of the endless difficulties Palestinians face daily because of the occupation. The skyline of this Palestinian village north of Jerusalem is dominated by a settlement. In his office, the village mayor describes to Hagit, using maps of water and sewage lines, the problems resulting from the settlement's presence.
Is the sewage pool of all the sewage of the settlement, and it's broken for several months already, and it's leaking, and they have all the, how do you say, all the shit out on the fields of the Palestinians, so they cannot get to their fields.
All waters supplied to the village is controlled by the Israeli occupation authorities.
So they all have another problem with water. They drink the same water like the settlement, but lately somebody, or the settlers or the Israeli authorities came and closed the faucets. So now they don't get water, or only 1/3 of the village can get water, and all the rest need to buy water with tankers to bring it home, because they don't get water, and it's very, very expensive.
This village around here do not have water, that because they don't have water they have to buy that water, which costs 30 shekels per 1 cubic meter. When the network is working properly and the Israelis allow for the water to come in, it will cost only 5 shekels per cubic meter.
Hagit and her predecessor have compiled a comprehensive report on land ownership in the West Bank. The report contains aerial photos of every single settlement, together with statistics on the land each one occupies. The most astounding finding of the report is that 40% of settlements are built on private Palestinian land. This is not a made-up statistic, but data from the Israeli civil administration of the West Bank. We'll visit Bet Aryeh, north of Jerusalem, built on 25% Palestinian privately owned land.
We're now entering a settlement called Bet Aryeh in order to see how the construction is still going on. Now, this is my job, to take pictures of the construction, right? To make sure that we know everything. So instead of writing down, I'm taking pictures to have. It makes the picture more interesting.
Imagine how Palestinians must feel about the chance for a political solution with such large-scale construction.
No problem. Why not? Let's expand. But according to Israel's government, Israel is promised in the roadmap and in Annapolis and in exchange of letters and everything, Israel is promised to freeze all settlement activity. Olmert had promised to freeze all settlement activity, at least while the negotiation is going on. However, this is what is going on down here. They're building a new neighborhood in Bet Aryeh. A lot of money, a lot of construction, as if there are no negotiations.
On the Bethlehem Bypass Road, a blot on the landscape if ever there was one, we get a sense of the occupation's disruptive nature.
This road, this part of the road is closed for Palestinians because there is the wall, which they cannot pass, and there is a checkpoint which is not on the green line, but it's inside the West Bank. The tunnel was built in order to bypass the Palestinian villages and the bypass city, the Palestinian city of Bethlehem, and to enable the settlers go freely and nicely to their settlements south of Jerusalem. This road made it possible for the settlements south of Jerusalem to expand from 10,000 people in Oslo in '93 to 50,000 people today. We evacuate our troops from the city of Bethlehem, so settlers cannot use the road anymore. But we did not evacuate any settlement in the interim time. They believe the army that it's needed for the security of Israeli citizens. This is the Israeli checkpoint, the checkpoint for Israelis, in which you're not really checked. Most of the settlements are west of us, But also west of us there are 5 Palestinian villages, and you can see some of the houses already over there of one of the villages, Hussein.